don't need nobody else, 'cause you've been handling your life all by yourself. Said you want something more than material things, 'cause I just wanna be the bridge to love, give you all the things more than imagine. I love you more than anyone has ever loved before. So tell me, baby, do you really love him, baby? Yeah, baby, forever. I just wanna know him, baby.
Take you back.
We want this love to go higher.
Some of that old soul.
We want this love to go higher.
Make you feel good, soul.
We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher.
Thought you'd be waiting downstairs for me by baggage claim. It's so good to see you. Well, my flight was okay. I'm just happy to see you. Where did you park? Oh, yeah? So you've been waiting to hug me, huh? You've been thinking about this moment, you and I being together. Makes me smile.
To them, baby. To them, baby. To them, baby. Forever. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher.
Hello? Hey, babe. I'm good. No, I'm catching the next flight out to see you. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Ever since I've seen your light, fell in love with your melody, baby. I've been hooked since the first time. Oh, sparkle from your pretty eyes sends me on the natural high, girl. I don't need no drinks tonight. Yeah, to them, baby. To them, baby. To them, baby. Forever. I just wanna know you. To them, baby. To them, yeah, baby. To them, baby. Till the end of time. Strong woman don't need nobody else, 'cause you've been handling your life all by yourself. Said you want something more than material things, 'cause I just wanna be the bridge to love, give you all the things more than imagine. I love you more than anyone has ever loved before. So tell me, baby, do you really love him, baby? Yeah, baby, forever. I just wanna know him, baby. To them,
take you back.
We want this love to go higher.
Some of that old soul.
We want this love to go higher.
Make you feel good, soul.
We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher.
Yeah. I thought you'd be waiting downstairs for me. My baggage claim. It's so good to see you. My flight was okay. I'm just happy to see you. Where did you park? Oh, yeah? So you've been waiting to hug me, huh? You've been thinking about this moment, you and I being together. Makes me smile.
To them, baby. To them, baby. To them, baby. Forever. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher.
What's up, you guys? Going back to music and life, and I'm back again. For all my happy people, for all my happy people, let's bring it up before we come in. Hey, yes, Anya, listen, that's one of my favorites too. Oh, ma'am, it's a special kind of song. It's hard to explain, y'all. Get up, happy people. If you ain't happy, when we done with this song, you're gonna be happy before we get started. Share the live, y'all.
Take my mind away. Pray for the world in hopes for a better day. Ooh, we are made by design. The world is now gone.
Introvert, happy graduation, introvert. Where my happy people at? Let's go, y'all. How many people woke up this morning? We gonna go to church today. How many people woke up this morning happy? How many of y'all woke up this morning with the love in your heart? How many of y'all woke up with that love in your hearts? I know I'm starting a little early, and I know I'm a little bit late. I'm a little bit late, but I'm a little bit early. How many people woke up with the love in your heart? This Reverend Love talking to you. It's Reverend Love, the love in your heart today. Lady Bridget, what's happening? Introvert, what's going on? Sonia, what's happening? Dolores, hey, Dolores. Brother Timothy's in the house. Our usual suspects. My moderator, CC, and Cambodian Mystique is here. CC was here. She might have stepped out. She's coming. She'll be back. Because I told her I was going on at 1:30. Barbara, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on there, ladies? Hi, ladies. Hey. We're going to get back to Reverend Love. How many of y'all woke up with the love in your heart today? We got some happy people in the house right now. I had to make myself laugh, man. I mean, you got to make yourself laugh. Listen, you guys, this one is a doozy. You know, it's weird because, yes, introvert, absolutely. This one's weird because I spoke about this, I think, a week ago when I was talking about this, you guys, and Shames is full circle. I was telling everyone to kind of be prepared and that they were thinking about certain changes that would affect our common folk. That was going to affect Medicaid and the young ladies that are on public assistance and all kinds of stuff I talked about. Literally, I think that was maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, maybe a week ago. Here's the crazy part, man. I mean, this could really affect and have a long-term effect in a very bad way for everybody that is subscribed to Medicaid in one way or the other. Now, this doesn't just affect young ladies with babies. Laughter, listen, Lady Bridget, laughter does feed the soul, and I'm all about that. I mean, I'm a jokester. At the end of the day, I'm a real live jokester. I love cracking jokes. I love having fun. I love making up jokes and laughing. I'm just that kind of person. Okay. Brother Timothy said, Mr. Loris, we need to talk. Blah. Okay. Oh, what's going on, Brother Timothy? Okay, Brother Timothy. Yeah. Well, what's going on, family? That's another thing, you guys. We're going to try to get Brother Timothy to Detroit. So any donations that are made to me today, I'm really working on trying to get him a ticket to Detroit so he'll have a place to be able to work. We'll talk about that before we get off this live, you guys. And I'll bring it up again. So here's where we're at today, you guys. And let me do something real quick. Let me do something really quick to see if I can change this really fast. Let me see if I can change this really fast. Give me 1 second. This is just crazy. This has got to be not some of the best news. Nothing bad is good, but this I'm just not really happy with. I'm not really happy with this at all. I'm not happy. Medicaid, the government and everything that's going on with this Medicaid situation is not good. States can block Medicaid money for health care at Planned Parenthood. The Supreme Court has already ruled. Give me 1 second. This is just nuts. This is absolutely peanuts, you guys. I didn't say peanuts. This is just like a major situation that could have a very alarming effect and long-term effect on everything and everyone. I know a lot of elders that are on Medicaid right now. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay, let's do this, you guys. Okay. Listen, let's go into it. I think it was about a week ago when I was talking about this. Everybody that's on here that watched me, I think you remember when I was speaking of this. What's up, Tessie? We're back again with another one, you guys, and it's not really a good one. It's not really a good one for us and the citizens of the United States of America. This is a real doozy, man, and I'm really truly bothered by this because I think last week I was really adamant about welfare, and I was talking about the changes that possibly could come and that the things that were going to happen, that it could affect a complete systematic thing like a domino effect, and it's going to affect people. Now, check this out. We're going to read a little bit. States can block the country's biggest abortion provider, Planned Parenthood, from receiving Medicaid money for health services, such as contraceptives and cancer screening. Supreme Court ruled on Thursday. This was Thursday when they ruled on this. So what's today? Friday? That was yesterday. The 5-3 opinion by Justice Neil Gorsuch and joined by the rest of the court's conservatives, was not directly about abortion. Understand that, you guys. I think they wanted to use through the abortion in there to have a reason to decide to make this move that they needed to make. So they needed something that would make people probably move. So because it's not really about abortion, but they threw that in there. But it comes as Republicans back a wider push across the country to defund organizations. It closes off a Planned Parenthood's primary court path to keeping Medicaid funding in place patients' lawsuits. It's crazy, man. The justice found that while Medicaid laws allow people to choose their own provider, it does not make it right or enforceable in court. The court splits along with ideological lines with the three liberals dissenting in the case from South Carolina. So the courts are kind of indecisive, but they're siding with the three liberals, right? When it comes to, should they move forward with this or not? Public health care money generally cannot be used to pay for abortions, but Medicaid patients go to Planned Parenthood for other needs, in part because it can be difficult to find a regular doctor who takes publicly funded insurance. This is what they said. You guys, man, do you guys not see what's going on? Do you guys not really see what's happening here? Today is Thursday. How weird. So they just passed that this morning. I don't know why I thought it was Friday. Dolores, do you guys not see what's going on? I got my days mixed up. When you're in the recording business, days all kind of are blurred. They all go together. Do you guys not see what is going on? You got to listen. For those that are on Medicaid, that are not paying attention, that are sitting around and thinking that this is just going to all fix itself, a few things you probably want to start doing. It's kind of too late. They've already given the states the power to choose and decide. This is why knowledge is power, because those of you that wanted to make a difference could have been writing letters to your state representatives about this planning of this, because they didn't just plan this yesterday, the day before, last week. This had been talked about for a minute. So it's been in the planning. So as a citizen, you have rights to write letters, but most people are not going to write a letter. Hey, Victory, hi. Laverne Bryant. I'm not saying they're trying to get rid of Medicaid. I'm saying what I just said. Every state has a choice, Laverne. Every state has a choice to do away with whatever they want. We're not into Social Security right now, but I think I talked about that a while ago, Laverne. We're going to talk about that too. I did talk about that already. Here's the thing. They're looking, exactly, Tessie. They're looking for reasons to do this. So they use the abortion as a reason to tap into the Planned Parenthood to cut back money indefinitely, or they're probably going to just start cutting the money back. That's how it's going to start. They have the okay. Every state has their own power to do whatever they want. My assumption is they'll start with cutting back Medicaid, how much money they're going to allow to be spent. And then eventually they'll make way with the program altogether, which is scary. This is scary because there's a lot of people depend on Medicaid for good reasons. There's a lot of people that need Medicaid for good reasons, right? South Carolina Governor Henry McAllister and Republicans said Planned Parenthood should not get any taxpayer money. So Henry McMaster says, and he's a Republican, he doesn't think Planned Parenthood should get any money. He's like, let's do away with it altogether. He's like, shit, we can put that money somewhere else. Timothy Potts said, before I was homeless, you got food stamps and Medicaid now. Medicaid. Now you get it 3 months every 3 years. What? I lost both of mine this month before I was supposed to get them. Oh, shit. So they cut it Brother Timothy, they cut it back. Cheryl, I'm going to bring you up on this panel if you keep posting in my comments while I'm trying to talk about something. I'm going to bring you up on the panel. So watch it now. You come on. I'm going to bring you up on the panel. Yes, Cheryl's right. She said, this is exactly why we urge you all to vote. Here's the issue that I have, and I agree with Cheryl on this. You guys are not properly exercising your rights as an American citizen. But when these laws change, you are ready to freak out, flip out, argue, call your cousin, call grandma, call mama, and it's not going to matter. They can't do shit. It starts at the local level, you guys. You're not paying attention to what's happening here. I mean, why? And why not? Why are we here if we're not going to pay attention? Are we just here to be born and just leave the earth and not make a difference to our everyday equation? Timothy said, I was planning on them, the food stamps, to survive, but they didn't warn me of anything, just cut them off. You see, this is why it's important for us to get on here and do exactly what I am doing. See, this, nobody cares about this. Nobody, I mean, imagine this, you guys. Please imagine, for once, you get up in the morning, right? Do our little stretch, have, some people have cigarettes. I don't smoke. Some people go have their coffee. Some people pray in the morning. Some people get up with a whole bunch of bullshit on their mind in the morning. But nobody ever gets up and reads and studies because we don't care. We only care when it affects us. You hear what Brother Timothy said? They didn't even tell him they was going to cut it off. Brother Timothy is an awesome person. But if we pay attention to what's going on, I'm not saying everybody has to be a politician. Letha said everybody needs to vote. Some people think voting is not important, and it doesn't make a damn difference. I'll tell you, it really does. Tammy Wallace said, yes, every state should take abortion laws to the vote. By the people, people need to vote on the issues instead of just talking about it. Here's the issue. We don't talk about it until it becomes a law, and then it affects us. And now we're weeping and whining. And then everybody's running to a newspaper trying to figure out, calling grandma, auntie, or uncle saying, is that real what I just heard? Why does it have to be the 9th hour? Why does it have to be towards the end when there's nothing you can do about it? Absolutely nothing. Once a law is passed, it will take another president to come in office for us to even be able to begin to try to hope that it can be changed. Because we sit around and we bullshit and we don't pay attention. This is going to affect, if they can cut it from Planned Parenthood, do you not realize they can cut it from everywhere else too? Medicaid is Medicaid. The Planned Parenthood is the start of it. A program that was created by the government to control births. Did y'all know that? The why Planned Parenthood was really created? That, go research it. That was the real reason it was created, to control the narrative of births in America. Now, some would try to tell me, Stone, that ain't true. I dare you to go research it. Henceforth, the name, Planned Parenthood. But also, it comes with, you get the Medicaid, you get, the doctor stuff for the babies and, all the other stuff that comes with it. But initially, it was created to control how many Black babies were being born. See, y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Y'all didn't know that. Shrine, what's happening? Thank you, Tessie. See, we in church right now. It's Thursday church. Tessie sitting in the front row. She got her Bible out. She know what's up. This was used, it was created to control Black births in the Black community initially. But it backfired on the motherfuckers. It backfired. It didn't work like they thought it was going to work. You see? That same program now became more of a hindrance for the government because of the money that was being spent on medical issues, doctors, you know what I'm saying, formula, other shit for babies, you know, all the stuff that's needed to take care of a baby. Scorpio, there she popped in. Scorpio, listen, I changed my time to 1:30 because I know Scorpio will be busy. So I knew if I changed it to 1:30, we'd be able to get Scorpio in here. Scorpio, thank you for the love. Scorpio just donated, you guys. Thank you for the love, Scorpio. We appreciate you. She said, Mr. Paxson, CC, so P up soon, aka Cambodian Mystique. Good day, everyone. I'm in the chat. I'm listening, she says. Thank you, Scorpio, for always showing so much love. Cheryl said many refused to vote for Kamala based on misinformation without realizing the real financial consequences. All the financial consequences. Hold on, am I reading? I thought I was reading. Oh, here we go. All the financial consequences of that choice. Cheryl also said, while we need, you guys coming in quick, while we may have our issues with the Democrats, at least support social programs that ensure poor communities have access to basic necessities like food and shelter. 100% agreed. Tammy Wallace said people need to educate themselves before they vote on issues. Yes, do your own research. Voting on hearsay puts everyone at risk. I love that we have the Bible in our chat. Absolutely. Listen, Tammy, thank you for that. Thank you for that. We are responsible for learning and knowing why we're voting. And we can't just listen to me. Like if I call you and say, yeah, you need to vote for Biden. If you know me, you might be like, Stone's cool, maybe, but you really shouldn't listen to anyone tell you who to vote for. Victory said, yes, I used to work for them. When I discovered it, I left. Hello, Deborah Lane. Listen, we truly have to be ones that go and study on our own to find out this information and make sure we are making our own sound decision. The information is in hand. When the information is in hand, then we take that and we go study to make sure that we are making the right decision as an individual, so that at the end of the day, we're not looking like an idiot after we voted somebody in office who did not go and do what we thought should have been done. Okay. Christopher Lamont said, trade should be mandatory in all schools, at least a class. Yes. You know, that would actually be good if they start teaching proper politics in school, the basic understanding of how you need to study politics and read and study. That would be interesting if they had that basic understanding of that in school. Start early, right? In trade schools, it should be mandatory. I agree with you. In regular schools too. April said, hey, Stone, checking in, watching. Thank you, April. We appreciate you for that. You guys, listen. We're all grown folks here. It's not like I'm going to say anything magical that has not been said to you. It is not like I'm going to say something that you don't already know. Kinda. Because if we knew, then I'm sure we would have made different changes. But do understand this. Voting doesn't just start on the national level. It starts on your local level. This is what people forget. People think I'm just going to go to the polls and vote for the president, but they've missed the whole situation in their local politics, which make a difference on the national legislative level. You can't just jump and say, I'm going to vote for somebody, and you have not been participating in your local politics or know what's going on. Because whatever you decide locally actually affects nationally. Would somebody tell somebody? Would somebody please tell somebody that don't know this? Because I know people who will show up to the polls and don't know a goddamn thing about politics or who they voting for. And they get in there and says, vote yes on number 532. Because they done ran the commercial. You're like, damn, you done heard it so much. You go right to the polls and vote yes on 532 and don't know what that even means. This is disregarding basic common sense. This is disregarding basic common sense that we're raised with. Like, I don't get it. I remember when I was in line voting and I was talking to this guy, and he wanted to know who I was voting for. I kind of just looked at him, was like, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry." And then he just started talking. He's like, "Yeah, I really don't vote, but I just figure I'm just going to take a chance and just do it, man. What the hell? At least I'm active." And I said, "Wait a minute. So you're voting and you don't even know who and why and what and when, local, regional, national, what's going on?" "Oh, no, I said, "Bro, that's dangerous." Do you guys understand how dangerous that is? Cheryl said many of the same companies now facing deportation supported Trump at the ballot box. Hold on. At the ballot box, choosing racial bias over policy, unable or unwilling to back a Black woman for president. I'm going to respond to that, Cheryl. Cheryl said now they're confronting the very consequences they helped bring about. I will be honest with you. Chef Banner said abortion and contraceptives provide at Planned Parenthood. Yes, they do, Chef Banner. They just passed. They're giving every state the power to cut that shit off indefinitely or as much as they want to. It's already been legislation has passed that law. Cheryl, here's my take on politics. The Democrats have their ways. The Republicans have their ways. Neither one of them are necessarily great. It's like choosing the lesser of the evil. That's kind of like what we end up doing, trying to figure out how much they've done for a certain period of time that blends in with our thoughts of what we feel like we need done right. And then we make our decision. But the average person doesn't study it enough to even know if they're making a sound decision. Now, some people feel like just don't vote and it'll make a difference. Do I believe in that? Well, have we ever thought about what would happen if nobody went to vote at all? Has anybody ever said, you know what? What if America just decided not to vote at all? What if America said, you know what? However, millions of people that are in the US of A, we are not going out to vote. We're going to take a complete voting strike. That's it. We're not going to vote. Have you ever imagined what could happen? Because this has never been, nobody's ever thought about it. Maybe they thought about it. Maybe a politician from the opposite side said, we can figure out how to get people not to even come out. What if people decide to just be neutral? What effect could that have on the future of politics, Democrat side or Republican side? Could that make a difference? Would that make a difference? Or would they still just go and do whatever the fuck they want to do? Excuse me. Sorry. Bridget said many did not understand how tariffs work. No, people played with tariffs in their mind, Bridget. They didn't get it. People was really like, if you look at the TikTok stuff, some people really didn't get how tariffs work. Sire said, did I say that right? What happened? Sire, let me tell you what happened. And, this is just really crazy. And I'm just really kind of disappointed. The states can block Medicaid health care at Planned Parenthood. The Supreme Court already ruled that every state can block Medicaid at Planned Parenthood. Now, here's what I think the trick is. I believe that this is a setup to eventually get rid of Medicaid altogether. If they start with Planned Parenthood, then they work their way to other different areas where Medicaid is used. Tawana say that's a bad idea. Absolutely. Tawana, I'm with you. Shabana said communism don't vote. Yeah. I agree with you. I mean, we got to see, we got to call an apple and an orange and orange. This is where we're at, you guys. This is what we have created. This is what we created. This is what we have created. We sitting around, walking up, voting, pressing anything. The average person does not understand politics. The average person does not understand how politics work. Teach your kids, y'all. It's their future. We might not be here forever, but you better teach your kids about how this politics shit works, how voting works on the local level first. Forget all the, the presidential shit. Let's start on the local level. Teach your friends and family. If you know a lot about politics and how it works, please teach them on the local level first. Tessie said, bingo stone, they're starving the root to kill the tree. Yeah. Yeah, Tessie, I see the setup. They cut it at the Planned Parenthood level first, then they can move and start cutting in other areas with the common folk, our elders. And then what do? We have a revisit of the Great Depression, because that's what the shit's gonna do. We will have a revisit of the Great Depression, but possibly worse. And what do you think people are gonna do when they gotta feed their babies? Especially feeding them. Some people be like, okay, medical stuff. What about the young ladies that have cancer that need screening? Now they can no longer use that for Medicaid. They use abortion as a reason to get rid of it, to first say, we're going to get rid of it because of abortion. But now they're saying, well, we can't even give, we're not going to give this and we're not going to give that Medicaid. And we've already been talking about what we're not going to give out when it comes to food stamps and all. We're cutting back on that shit too. Now, I do agree. Some of these people need to work. I already said that weeks ago. If I'm working hard and I'm paying taxes that's going back in the system that's covering some of that, I have a right to say that. All of us do. But the same thing they built is the same thing now they are taking and tearing it apart. Cece said the poor kids are going to be hungry without any way to get food. It's going to make people go out and feed their kids one way or the other. Taiwana said WIC programs and mothers with health issues. Yes, Taiwana, health issues. Absolutely. It's so sad. But on the other hand, these young ladies just out here having babies. That's sad too. Tessie said, sad to tell you, Stone is coming. Tessie, I already see it. Sis, I mean, I am only on here to prepare people and to tell them, are you guys ready for this shit? It's dangerous. Because that mother is going to feed her baby one way or the other. That mother is going to feed that baby. It's going to happen one way or the other. They got to go out and rob and do. They going to feed their baby. A mother will never let her baby go hungry. Not a real mother. Not a mother that operates from love, which is most women. They're not going to see their child go hungry, which means they're going to put the pressure on that man. We got to feed this family, which means crime is going to go up, which means random robbings is going to go up. See, Sire with me on it. See, I was about to say, he beat me to it. Sire, see what it really is. See, it's a plan to create pandemonium so people go out and do wild, crazy shit, and we can lock more people up, and we're going to make money off the prisons. That's a lot of money anyway. It's a lot of money in that. Sire see what's happening. He see the big picture because there's no other reason this would be happening. If you know that this is needed, you could have easily come up with a plan to fix the program, right? Make the girls work. Okay, you say you're going to give a budget of this much, or you might only get this much a year for Medicaid. Like, okay, Medicaid, you might say, okay, Medicaid, each person's only going to get $40,000 a year for Medicaid. I mean, there's ways they could have fixed this shit. Cheryl said voting and jury duty carry real consequences for Black communities. If you opt out of these civic responsibilities, you forfeit your right to complain about the outcomes. Cheryl, thank you for mentioning that. Every time I had jury duty, Cheryl, this is crazy. Let me read the rest and I'll tell you about jury duty. Cheryl says, show them that civic engagements matters. There are countries tutorials on YouTube that parents can use to help their kids understand the power and purpose of participation. April said, I was in Sam's shopping yesterday and some random lady asked me for money. I didn't judge. I just gave her $40. Oh, April, bless your heart. I just gave her $40 and she thanked me so much. Christ Gang Dulio says, stop spreading fear and train black Marxists are the real threat to our people. Christ Gang Dulos, man, you know, brother, I know you coming in here and you feel like you're coming in here with positivity, and I'm going to try to have some respect for you so I don't have to block you. Nobody's in here spreading fear, my Negro. I'm going to tell you this, brother. Let's talk about AIDS. Would that be me spreading fears when I was on here sharing with the community how they need to be careful and not out here just men slanging their shit and women, just young women around here doing whatever, and then this disease has increased? Was I spreading fear? But because I'm on here telling the truth, you tell me in my comment section that I'm spreading fear. Absolutely fucking not. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? How is that spreading fear? I'm spreading fear because I'm telling the truth. Spreading fear is lying. When it's a lie, then that's spreading fear. When you're lying to somebody about some shit that's not going to happen to get them to react. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. So what do you mean I'm spreading fear? If you're going to come in the comment section, come in here with some common sense. You seem like a sharp guy, but I don't know why you would come in here and say I'm spreading fear. You're absolutely wrong. So if you're not going to come in here and have a conversation based on reality of the story, then I'd suggest don't come in here at all. There's tons of YouTube channels you can go to and talk that shit, but you're not going to come here and do it. It's not going to happen. And I say that out of respect. You guys see this shit? This idiot just said, I'm assuming. So you know what we're going to do? We're not even going to go back and forth. Enjoy. Your mental is fucked up. You're the one with the real problem. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run you up out of here, homie. Have a good one. Run him up. Run him up out of here because he ain't trying to listen. He on some other bullshit. Run him up out of here. Yeah, blocking moderators. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. I want you to read the comment the guy said. Now, I get on here with real information. His statement was, stop spreading fear. Y'all trained black Marxists are the real threat to our people. This dude is saying, I am a threat to the black community. They out here, ain't they? Mental. That dude has to be a mental job. There's just no way he would have got on here and said that I'm the real problem to the black community. Brandy Scorpio said, you talking, bro? Yeah, this guy gets on here telling me I am the problem to the black community. Can you believe that? But guess what? When we don't share the information that happened and black people are whining and crying, where is the real help in our community if nobody's talking about it? I'm just really shocked that this guy would actually come in here with those weird ass thoughts. Maybe that's the preacher who made up a fake page. Y'all remember the preacher that came in here? Stone Baxter, you took my content. I don't even know you, brother preacher. Duran Michael said, some perceive it as spreading fear when they don't want to hear the truth. Yeah, maybe he is on Medicaid and he's scared it's going to get cut. Brother, I'm sorry that I am telling you the truth. I know you might be blocked, but you might have logged on another channel you're watching. Forgive me for being on here telling the truth. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm only giving you the truth because I study and I read. Please don't be mad at me for being on here telling the truth. Purple Honey says, Stoney, don't entertain these ignorant ass people. Just block him. That's all. I sure did. And I blocked his ass. April said, nothing wrong with spreading awareness. These topics are happening every day. People are struggling. And it's like, why? And you know what, April? Here's the thing. Why does anyone want to just sit around and struggle and be scared and not know, what they can do to possibly stop it? Like, we all in the room, we looking at each other, we struggling, but we don't want to know what we can do to stop it. Because we don't want to hear the truth. The same thing when it comes to diseases in the African-American community. That same black man is the same guy that wouldn't want nobody to share the information about what's going on in our community with our people and how it's affecting us. He'll be saying that same thing if I was talking about AIDS in the black community and Hispanic community. He'll be telling me I'm spreading fear, and then go sleep with a woman and get AIDS, and then come right back to my channel sobbing like, yeah, you know, I made it. Where these people come from? Goodness. Understand, when I talk to you guys, I never say freak out. I say prepare yourselves with the knowledge. This is not about making nobody scared, okay? This is really about making people aware. If you're scared, you've been scared. I can't make you scared. You don't even know me. But my information should not make you scared. It should make you aware and make you conscious of what's going on around you. I don't understand people like that guy. I know that he's gone, but it just kind of bothers me that he feels that way, and he will get on another channel and do that same shit. Purple Honey said, I'm doing a quick check. I'm getting ready to go to physical therapy. I got my staples out Thursday at my ortho. Oh, congrats, Purple Honey. Listen, I know about them staples. I had a motorcycle accident, a rod from my hip to my knee, and I've been fighting on it in tournaments for years. You would never know that I have a rod from my hip to my knee, but the staples are like that long and probably about that thick when they initially put them on my side of my hip. Okay, you guys, I'm disturbed by that guy. Not in a bad way, like he doesn't bother me, but the fact of how he thinks, okay? Listen, McMaster first moved to cut off Medicaid funding in 2018, but he was blocked in court. This Republican guy, he was blocked in a court lawsuit from a patient, Julia Edwards, who wanted to keep going to Planned Parenthood for birth control because her diabetes made her pregnancy potentially dangerous. Edwards sued under a provision in a Medicaid law that allows patients to choose their own qualified provider. South Carolina argued that the patient should not be able to file such lawsuits based on Medicaid, right? With them feeling like they have a lawsuit to be able to take somebody to court over this whole issue. The state pointed to lower courts that have been swayed by similar arguments and allowed states such as Texas to act against Planned Parenthood. The high court majority agreed. Deciding whether to permit private enforcement poses a delicate policy question involving competing costs and benefits, decisions for elected representatives, not judges. Gorsuch wrote, he pointed out that patients can appeal through other administrative processes if coverage is denied. So you see what's going on. It's not me scaring nobody. I'm not going to say some shit that's not real. And I'm not going to talk about something that I don't feel can turn around and affect our community worldwide. This affects Black people, white people, Mexican people, everybody. Bridget said, knowledge is power, so likes to stay in the dark. Yeah, that guy absolutely wants to stay in the dark. Shabana said, ignorance people, sarcastic people. Yeah, more ignorant than sarcastic. Brother Timothy said, Brother Stone, we twins, laughing out loud. I have a metal rod in my, yeah, bro, listen, Brother Timothy, I've been fighting on that rod in tournaments. Latha said, Stone, people write letters to, I didn't see the rest of the message. Can you, do you have another part to that message? People write letters to who? Is that what you're saying to me? Well, I mean, the law's already voted in now. There's no writing letters. But before a law becomes a law, you can actually get enough people to write letters in to go against it, and they can influence that by getting more involved with petitions. April said, people like that idiot are hard for Black community because they are always saying, don't talk about things. Talking about it gives solutions and resources. Yeah, it's like they don't want you to talk about it because of why. It's like, dude, please. Purple Honey said, we have too many uneducated people, and people are voting and selecting these people in office based on race and not doing a background check on these people. Yeah, they're definitely doing it for that reason. They're not doing it for no other reason. Purple Honey said, now folks want to complain. We're in the complaining stages now. And that guy, he's the kind of guy that'll vote for somebody and then turn around and complain with his buddies about why that particular president didn't do what he wanted done. Like what him as an individual, out of all the people in the world, the president should have did what he wanted done. We're definitely living in the last days. There's no doubt about that. Cheryl said, I learned how a bill becomes a law from Schoolhouse Rock. Sometimes all it takes is a simple tool to spark lifelong understandings. Laverne Bryan said, people need to check the facts. Yes. Yeah, this dude obviously just got on here and he just, man, you messing, you making people scared, man. He probably just ran across my page. You making people scared, man. You're a Marxist, man. You making people scared, man. Why you do that? Guys like you are bad for our people. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Purple Honey. CC, thank you for the donation. Mobile time. Auntie Mickey's house said that guy sounded like the old folk back in the day, didn't he? Didn't he sound like just an old nigger? That nigger, no, old nigger, that nigger Marxist. You're a Marxist, man. You're over here. Not my. She said, I don't talk about topics like that. Keep our business in our house. Yeah, you know, Auntie Mickey, you know, Tara, that boy on there talking about all that crazy stuff on there. Tara. 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 Okay, listen, let's read more, you guys. What's up, Auntie Mickey? Cece said, your imitations are remarkable. Stone, listen, let me tell you guys something about imitations. I grew up mimicking people in my family, right? And mimicking people I used to see on TV. Uncle Ruck, yeah, Cheryl, Tara, Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. You right, honey? That's right. Tara. And somebody actually asked me one day, hey man, what does Tara mean? I said it's more of a like trying to think. Like as a matter of fact, Tara, bring me that Tara. It's like it can be anything. Tara it just depends on how you wording it. The old school folks will use that. Tara, boy, bring me that Tara. They trying to think when they say that. Tara, Tara, bring me that spoon, boy. Listen, let's go back to reading, man. You guys make me laugh, man. Listen, I'm a jokester. That's in real life. McMaster in a statement said his state had taken a stand to protect the sanctuary, the Sand City of Life, okay, and defend South Carolina's authority and values. And today we are fully victorious, he said, as of cutting the plan. He feels like that's a victory. White House spokesman Harris Fields called the opinion a majority victory for common sense. Wow, that's funny as hell. And said it underscores the Republican president's position. This is absolutely nuts. They go to say it will strip those South Carolinians and countless other Medicaid recipients around the country of a deeply personal freedom, the ability to decide who treats us at our most vulnerable moments, she wrote. Planned Parenthood officials said the decision will hinder access to care like preventive screenings for 1 million Medicaid recipients in South Carolina. Now, it's starting there, but this is going to be worldwide. The state didn't accuse Planned Parenthood of providing an inadequate care. She said calling the decision to cut it off is a political one. Spokesperson from Planned Parenthood. She said instead of patients now deciding where to get care, that now lies with the state, said Catherine Ferris, the chief medical officer at Planned Parenthood in South Atlantic. She said if they fall on hard financial times, as many are right now, they are fundamentally less free. Other conservative states are expected to follow. Now, South Carolina is already in the trenches with it, y'all, but they're saying other states are going to follow. So if you know, then you possibly can prepare. What preparation you can take? There's probably many options. Like possibly these young ladies might have to go get a job. I mean, there's ways to fix it. Is it going to hurt? But for the people that can work, yeah, I know I'm funny. For the people that can work, you probably, young ladies, for our elders, we're gonna have to protect our elders. But what about the young ladies who have 4 or 5 kids? Purple Honey said, "Oh Lord, you almost made me hurt my." Hey, listen, we all got that uncle with the tara. Listen, you guys, here's my thought of a solution. If somebody was coming to me saying, Stone, listen, I'm a young lady, I got 3 kids. There's a possibility I heard that they might. And I said, well, listen, prepare yourself. I know it's not going to be easy. Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a husband? No, I'm not. Okay, well, you're going to have to come together with other people. Call your mom, call your uncles and aunts. But whatever you do, start planning. Try to get a job. Try to figure out a way to balance this out and get yourself used to having to support yourself a little bit more. It is not the end of everything with this, but is it going to cause a lot of dissension and trouble and headaches? Yes, because the majority of the people are not going to want to, they're just probably not going to want to go get a job. And crazy things can happen. I would rather tell you, my mother used to say, son, if you prepare for something, then it's typically won't happen. If you're ready and stay ready, you typically curb that thing from happening. All I'm saying is, wouldn't you like to know what's going on so you can be prepared instead of showing up to an office and Medicaid says, oh, by the way, we're cutting you today. Or you take your daughter or son to a doctor and Medicaid is denied. Or you get a letter in the mail and now you're flipping out and you're on TikTok talking crazy. If you have the information, then you can prepare in some way. What way that is for each individual is going to be up to them to decide. But if you have the information, you can prepare to be ready. This is all I'm saying. I am not on here to scare nobody. I wish that there's a person that would tell me these things if I'm a young lady that has kids, or I'm a young man who the mother's not there and I'm taking care of the 2 or 3 kids, or our elders who they don't have no choice but to be on Medicaid. They want to know. Most of them don't know what's going on until the shit happens. That matters to me. The old folk matter to me. They matter to me. Everyone matters to me, but especially our elders. They matter to me. So I'd rather get on here and talk about it. Notice I'm not telling everybody, freak out. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, be aware. Know that this is happening and be prepared. Lisa Cappy said, hey, Stone in chat. What's up, Lisa? Auntie Mickey said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Auntie Mickey, right? The words of our forefathers, right? Our ancestors. Letha said, I appreciate you, Stone. Thank you. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, right, you guys? I'm not on here talking about, the P. Diddy trial. Not that I wouldn't. I'm not on here talking about, what happened to this celebrity, even though I could. I'm really on here really trying to share some real solid information within the community that affects us. And all I'm wanting people to do is to just listen to it. I didn't say you got to go jump through hoops. I'm saying better goddamn be prepared. What our old folks would say, better goddamn be, boy, you better goddamn be prepared, boy. I didn't understand why they would put the goddamn better goddamn be prepared. I always wonder. Anyway, Tammy, what's happening? You better goddamn be prepared, boy. Better goddamn be prepared. That's right. Better goddamn be prepared, boy. Because sure enough, it's coming. And you ain't going to see it when it comes. This is where we're at. Knowledge is power. I used to spend my time sitting, talking to elders. My stepdad would sit on the porch and listen to NPR news on the weekends. That's probably why I like it so much now. April said, I have a union job and was laid off last year due to strikes without those resources. I wouldn't have made it. So knowing how to find help is important. Thank you, April. Thank you so much, April. I appreciate that, April. That is super dope that you shared that with us. Shabana said, old age said, stop feeding the alligators. Let them feed their own praise. Yes, there's another analogy. You see, these are all the OG analogies that always made sense and it worked. Purple Honey said, and that's a lot of people's problem. They want the easy way out instead of taking heed to information. Lisa Cappy said, sorry, no notification today. Sorry, I'm late, Stone. Your imitations are funny, but very true. Listen, I grew up, man. I just love laughing. I'm a very, very, fun and humorous person. And I like just laughing, you guys. Shabana said, Asian communities are same way, not being informed. Cuzzo said, salute and greetings to everyone. Salute, Ty. Listen. Hey, Ty, you missed the guy on here. He said that I'm putting fear in my community and guys like me are Marxists. That's what the brother came on here and said. I'm bad for the community because I'm telling the truth. You missed him, Ty. If telling the truth makes me a Marxist, then you know what? What they say, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. And guess what? I don't want to be right then, right? Auntie Mickey says, society has dumbed down at an all-time low. Yeah, they're up there. Yeah, society is just like, yo, the dumb show is happening. One dummy walk in, 10 come out. One dummy walk in, 10 dummies come out. Let me tell you what I used to do. All the information I used to get growing up was from elders. So I would sit down with my stepdad every Saturday morning like clockwork. He would get his hot link sausages. He was old school. He would put it on he'd be in the kitchen with the hot link sausages on the grill, y'all. There's a story to this. He would actually set the hot links on like you barbecuing on the grill. He wouldn't put it on a pot. He would put it on the grill and let it cook. I never understood it, but that's some old school shit. So he would do that, and he'd go sit down, put it on the fork, and have it in his hand, and sit on that porch every Saturday morning. Yeah, that big dummy. Hey, Auntie Mickey, exactly, my friend Sam, a big dummy. Holly, welcome. Thank you for stopping in, Holly. We appreciate you. She said, hello, everyone. I would sit on the porch with my stepdad every Saturday morning because for some reason, NPR news was interesting to me. To hear this news coming from overseas and they're talking about all these things in the world going on. But I would sit there and ask my stepdad questions. I've come to a realization he was smarter than I even realized. I think we forget that because our elders always knew shit that we just thought didn't make no sense. My stepdad, as an example of why I listen to elders and I learn because they tell you shit you should know indefinitely. He told me that man had never been to the moon. I had to be 7 years old when he told me this shit. Ain't no man been to no moon. This is what this man said to me. And I remember looking at him. And I said, Poppy, no, there's no man been to the moon. Ain't no man been to the moon, been to the moon. Do you know that now they're saying, and they've been said, and they scientists and researchers and investigators, that man has never been to the moon. That was all set up, cameras and Hollywood shit. He said that to me in 1977. I was 7 years old, and I made fun of that for the rest of, from 7 years old until I was a teenager in high school. I used to tell my friends, yeah, man, my stepdad talking about man ain't been to the moon. But that old man knew some shit. He knew some shit. Cambodia Mystique said elders are intelligent. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Listen. So I got my information from elders with everything. Tame said, now we can work from back in the days. The church used to help their members. They would open clinics, help with financial literacy, and educate on local political issues. Yeah, Tame, they ain't doing that no more. The preachers got new cars. They kicking it. They on vacations. They in their jets. They showing up to collect the money and barely preaching. During COVID, none of the preachers were honest with their congregation about the jabs. They weren't honest enough to tell their congregation what the Bible said about that shit. They're not doing their job anymore. Auntie Mickey said, I watched that crap live as a little girl, just knew that moon crap was a real limb. You felt like it was back then, Auntie Mickey? Timothy Pod said, every preacher you see driving, oh yeah, brother, listen, they rolling. They in new Lexuses and new Mercedes. I even know a preacher who rolls in a Porsche. Oh yeah. Yeah, real time. This is all in real time, by the way. It's not made up. It's real time. This shit is going on right now as we speak. Not helping their communities. The money that's being donated to the church is not being put back in the church. There should not be no homeless people. There should be programs. And let me say something to you so you understand. This is in the Black community. But I will share something deep with you. Purple Honey said, love ya. I have to go now. Check in with you. Okay, Purple Honey, thank you. We're all sending love to you too, Purple Honey. Appreciate you. April said, you're right about that, Stone. Preachers are living off the congregation money, paying their bills, not helping the community at all. Now, here's a deep thing. Cheryl said tax-free donations, bingo. Timothy said, shoot, I would be tickled happy if I had a Pinto. I know that's right. Listen, now I will tell you an organization who puts their money where their mouth is. And I got to give them their respect. This is not about a black and white issue and none of that. The Jewish community, they feed people, y'all. When I grew up, my mom used to have a program that she created. And I remember her talking to the church, and she wanted to feed the elderly and the homeless. My mom created a program. I kid you not. Me and my brother used to go sit with her, and we would help her make the food, and she would feed the community, you guys. She would feed the community on a program she convinced the church to do. But guess what? It wasn't even a black church that listened to her and was like, okay, okay, Mother Todd, okay, we'll do it. It wasn't a black church. It was a white church that got behind my mom and allowed her to create this program. And she would feed the elderly and the homeless in the community. Ty said, to the haters of truth, Stone ain't evoking fear. He's evoking awakening. Fear only hits the ones that are still sleeping, trying to sleep. Bottom line. Thank you, Cuzzo. Yeah. My mom created a program to feed the community. That's what she was about. Nobody goes hungry was her thoughts. And after that was over with, me and my little brother and sister, with whatever extra food that she had left, she would bring home and feed the family. Now, I was raised by my aunt, but I would visit my mom on the weekends. But to see the stuff my mom was doing, was amazing. Where I get my giving heart comes from her. I watched her do this. So if a single woman could create a program and do this in the community, Black churches can do this. My mom didn't have a whole bunch of money to do that. She just went to them with an idea, and the white church was like, yeah, sure. Black churches don't do enough. Jewish community, feed people, not just their people, but anybody. Here in Vegas, the programs for feeding people are ran by Jewish organizations. You can go there and get bread, food, soup. There's always tons of people there. I've dropped people off there. I see what they do for their communities. I see what they do for the community, for everyone. So there's no excuses for our African-American preachers not to follow the same model. But no, it's too easy to get the jet and the clean suits and all that, and they're not doing enough in their community. You can come here to Vegas and go to the West Side, and right around all these churches are none but homeless folks. Timothy Potts said, my mama was the same way. She didn't care what color you are, big or small. If you're hungry, mama was going to feed you. There we go. We'll never have mothers like that, Timothy. You know they don't make them like that anymore, Brother Timothy. Auntie Mickey said she was doing God's work. Auntie Mickey, she was. My mom was an evangelist as well. They don't make them like that no more. They don't. I watched this woman do tent revivals and save people. Her concern was the community. I watched it with my own eyes as a little boy. Come here to Vegas, homeless people literally on the West Side, and I'm not making this up, just they all over the place near the West Side. Churches on every corner. And I don't see nobody opening their doors doing a soup line for these homeless folks. I'm not saying that they haven't done it, but surely it should be something that's done on a regular basis. April said there's a lot of crook dollars in St. Louis. Ooh, I can only imagine. Oh, yeah. I can only imagine. There's a church on every corner in St. Louis, too. Are you from East St. Louis, Illinois, April? I had cousins there. So don't be scared of me with the information. I'm just trying to be the bridge, as my mother would say. She called her show Bridging the Gap. I am just trying to be the bridge to the information. I am not trying to scare anyone. If I scare you, I'm going to scare myself. That's how that works. And I'm not trying to scare myself, but I do want to be aware. I do want to know what is going on in the community. Good evening, Cora. Good evening. Ty said, today's church ain't the house of the Most High. It's a business with a pulpit. Oh, yeah. With a pulpit, nice car, and some nice suits and trips around the world. Lisa Cappy said, yes. However, there's pastors that work. My pastor does, and he gives. God told me to feed the homeless in the community, federal cuts, and now I know why God spoke and said, feed my people. See, I never said none of the pastors do. I said most. And then the truth is most. I mean, not made up. There's some good pastors out there. There's some good pastors out there, but how come we ain't seeing these pastors on TikTok? There's regular people going around just giving homeless money or feeding them. How come we don't see videos of pastors going out feeding people? Auntie Mickey says it's hot out there for a pimp. Hey, Laid Back Sound said, Laid Back Sound said, my pastor is a crook. Hey, listen, Laid Back, I got respect for that because at least you know. Laid Back said, my pastor is a crook. Hey, you know I'm going to be laughing about this the rest of the day, Laid Back Sounds. He said, my pastor is a crook. Auntie Mickey said, my husband is a pastor. Your husband is different, Auntie Mickey. And he works a full-time job. See, her husband is not trying to lean on the church. He ain't trying to lean on the church for the money. He ain't trying to do that. Her husband has a regular job, and he's still in the pulpit preaching the righteousness of God. Lay back, you funny as shit. Hey, lay back. You know what I'm gonna do? I got to get some preachers on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some preachers to come on this live, and I am going to do a show where I ask the preachers, "What are you doing for your community?" I'm probably gonna try to get 3 of them on here, and ask them, "What is it that you've been doing for your community?" An honest question, and let's see how honest these preachers can be, and if they're really doing something for their community besides saying, "Well, sometimes, Lord tell me to drive down the street and get a couple of Coca-Colas out." He didn't say Coca-Cola, Coca-Colas. The old school. They Coca-Colas out. Victory said, "My cousin is a pastor, has 2 other jobs. They feed a lot of seed." I like him. Victory, talk to your cousin and see if I can get him on the show. See, these are the kind that I want to interview, because we can, with these kind of preachers, Auntie Mickey's husband, Victory, your cousin, we can get them to influence the ones that ain't doing shit. Cheryl said, "In many congregations, the ability to generate revenue has become a key qualification for pastoral leadership." Absolutely. Because Cheryl, it's funny you say that, because some churches are looking for those preachers that know how to talk and know how to bring in that money. I remember reading an article about that, and it kind of blew my mind. Victory said, "A few churches in Harlem do the book bag giveaways and feed the people." I love that. Layback said, "I seen one bless a CD for an album launch, and they sold that first blessed joint for $200. I'm sure what? What, bro? You are kidding me, right? Wow, that's some different kind of shit." Victory, please ask him. Tell him this show is about. It'll be about preachers that are active in their community and really helping their community. And I would love to do a show like that, so we can inspire the preachers that are not doing shit to do shit. Yo, lay back. I'm gonna have to come to your town and go to your church. I got to see this preacher. I just got to come and sit in the back. One Sunday, I got to meet this cat, man. Just on the, like, you ain't got to introduce me, but like, that's him right there. And I just want to sit back and be like, all right. Auntie Mickey said, "That's some serious pimp-ish." Tanner by the Bay said, "And the pastor that packed the houses, trust me, they're not working 3 jobs." There we go. They're humble. They've humbled by their abundant blessing of people throwing that tide money in the bucket. Yeah. Yo, they chilling like a villain. They better start doing more for the community before people will not be willing. I rhyme that. Lay back. I'm coming to your city. I'm coming to your church. I'm serious. Is he still alive? I mean, sorry, is he still around? Because I know we switched churches. Ty said there was a pastor in South Carolina that had an ATM in his church. He is no longer walking this green earth. God bless his spirit. Damn, he was serious. All bullshit set aside, you guys. This information I'm sharing today about Medicaid is something preachers should talk about in their church. Tanner by the Bay said, "The bride is going to get it first, brother. Trust me. The bride is going to get the wrath first. Today's church is what it is." Yeah, it is what it is. You're right. You're right. Churches these days, if they really took their time and said, "You know what, let's talk about this Medicaid thing. Sunday, we're going to cover Medicaid." These are the things that the congregation should be privy to. Why not tell your congregation what's going on in the world? I mean, we can go through the Bible and we can quote the Bible. We can read it and we can, decipher the Bible to our congregation. That's a normal thing to do. Why not talk to the community about the things that affect them? Why not say anybody in the church needing assistance, rental assistance? Make sure you get with the accounting department and talk to them, and get with the secretary, and then get together and we'll figure out what we can do to help you. Also, we have this information to share with you about what's going on in this country. Why not set a section of your conversation to be about what's going on in the community and what you can do as a preacher or a church or a community in the church to share that education, so that we don't make these mistakes, so that at least we're aware of what's going on, right? This Medicaid situation is coming to a city near you. Please know that. CC, I just got that. CC say, Stone, get one of your exclusive albums, Blessed, and sell it. Oh yeah. Oh, the new album that's coming yeah, I'm only doing physical for probably 6 to 9 months, and the only way you're gonna get it is buy it, and it's not gonna be cheap. Let's just say that. The new album coming, because it is a collector's album and it's rare. So definitely, CC, absolutely. Why not be a responsible church, you guys? Lisa said our church partners with a facility to assist in low-income areas with medical issues. Oh, your church does that, Lisa? See, that's what it should be. That's how it should be. Why make all the money and we're not giving back to the community or the congregation? Tanner by the Bay say, I'm going to press mine on vinyl also. Yeah, I got tons of vinyl, Tanner. That's all I do. As a matter of fact, I produced that last record on Christopher Williams. That's vinyl. But me and my partners in the UK, that's what we do. You know, my distribution company that I'm CEO over, Brand Artist Coalition, we do digital distribution, but we also do physical. That's my vinyl. But there's tons of vinyl. I mean, it sells like crazy in Japan, Spain, and the physical stores and stuff. So I do CDs and vinyl and everything. Auntie Mickey say, that's dope, Lisa. I don't know. Y'all talking, we having fun up in here. Listen, truth telling, though. If the church decides to get involved and starts being more involved with the political issues and at least bringing people up to date, then I think that we probably wouldn't have as much of the issues that we have nowadays, because at least people would be aware of the truth. And all I am doing on YouTube is just sharing the truth. What I've learned in my years of being an adult is that it's a lot of knowledge that people are missing. A lot. There's a lot of knowledge that people are not privy to. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Only because some people just don't want to know. Why they don't want to know, I couldn't tell you. But there are some people that just do not want to know what the hell's going on. Okay? And those are the ones that wake up and end up calling you later, complaining about what they heard on TV or somebody told them, and is it true? To the brother, once again, that came on here and called me a Marxist and said, guys like me are the reason why people run in fear. I consider you an uneducated guy. I'm going to charge y'all musicians getting on here trying to promote y'all shit on my channel too. It's all love. Listen, real truth. Real truth. This is where we're at, you guys. We get one chance to tell somebody that doesn't know the truth. Because what if that's your last chance to tell the truth and to educate them about what's going on? We get one chance to change your community. I don't know, you guys. What's your thoughts on this change that's happening? Laid back. Thank you, family, for becoming a member. You guys, welcome Laid Back Sounds to Stone Paxson Music and Life blog. Please welcome Laid Back Sounds. I appreciate that membership. Please welcome Laid Back Sounds to Stone Paxson Music and Life blog. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, brother, for that. I don't know, you guys. Make sure that today Please welcome Laid Back Sounds to Stone Paxson Music and Life. He just became a member, and I appreciate that. I want you guys to do me a favor. As you go along in your day-to-day, share some knowledge with somebody. Share something with somebody that doesn't know about whatever's going on. If you know something that somebody doesn't know, it doesn't hurt to share that with a young lady, a young man who is trying to take care of their families. Keep them aware, bring them up to speed, but make them aware of what's going on and show them how they need to be conscious enough to research things that affect them. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. Please, it's our duty. Or there's no reason for us to even be on this earth, and we're not doing at least that. I want to thank Scorpio for the donation. Thank you, Scorpio, for always holding the channel down. CC, thank you for being one of the most awesomest moderators, you and Cambodian Mystique. Laid Back Sounds, thank you for the membership. You guys, I had to go in the studio, work on this record. But what I'm going to do before we leave, you know how we got to end this. We're going to be back on here 12:30 regular time tomorrow. Where my happy people at? Where y'all at? Let's go. Where all my happy people at, y'all? You in your car? If you at home? If you in your office? Just get up and move a little bit. Just a little bit. I appreciate all of you guys stopping in, showing me love today. For the ones that became members, for the ones that donated, I appreciate you guys. But right now, I want all my happy people to get up. You can throw your hand, whatever you want to do. Whatever, but I just want you to get up and feel the love. I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow at 12:30. Oh, also, thank you to Tanner. Thank you for the donation, family. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for that. All my happy people, get up. Come on. I'm trying to hit those speakers hard. Cause I just wanna see happy people. Turn it up. Turn it up. Get up and dance. Now dance. Those of you that don't have this album, those of you that do not have this album, if you're a member, you do get this for free. You only pay for shipping and handling. Email me in my inbox, and I'll tell you how this can pop up right at your doorsteps. As well as this, you get choices. Or if you want the vinyl. Or if you want the Christopher Williams exclusive vinyl. Of course, this price is going to be different. That Christopher Williams ain't no joke. That's a record I wrote and produced on Christopher Williams. Listen, so all my happy people, tomorrow, 12:30, same time. Maybe I'll move it. You know what? I'm going to move it to 1:30. All right? Because that way Scorpio will be here, y'all, because you know everybody missed Scorpio. All right, you guys? Peace and love, and I will catch you tomorrow. We're going to go out with one of my slow cuts. 2 Mem. It's on the In the Key of Love album. It's on this album right here. So if you don't have it, when you get it, this song is on there. Peace and love. Catch you guys. Manana, manana.
Hey, baby. I'm good. No, I'm catching the next flight out to see it. Don't worry, I'll be there. Ever since I've seen your light, fell in love with your melody, baby. I've been hooked since the first time. Oh, sparkle from your pretty eyes sends me on the natural high, girl. I don't Strong woman don't need nobody else. Cause you've been handling your life all by yourself. Said you want something more than material things. Cause I just wanna be the bridge to love. Give you all the things more than imagine. I love you more than anyone has ever loved before. So tell me, baby, do you really love him, baby? Yeah, baby, forever. I just wanna know.
Take you back.
We want this love to go higher.
Some of that old soul.
We want this love to go higher.
Make you feel good, soul.
We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. We want this love to go higher. Yeah.
You'd be waiting downstairs for me. My bag is clean. It's so good to see you. My flight was okay. I'm just happy to see you. Where did you park? Oh yeah? So you've been waiting to hug me, huh? You've been thinking about this moment, you and I being together. Makes me smile.